So in this video, I would like to talk a bit about, of course, Bitcoin, because Bitcoin has been like a 13 month lower. So that is we very worry about that. I'm not consider myself as a crypto currency traders, but I think can give my point of view as my humble, just to what's the what can we interpret it as the previous collapse of Bitcoin, and also others or on the markets, financial markets, as we see also index collapse too. So my name is François Ablé. Hope that you're doing very well. I'm main trainer and founder of Global Street Trader Academie, GSTA. You can find me through different social medias, YouTube, Facebook page, and also TradingView, where I'm daily author. So I post a lot on the content and also analysis and research based on what's the product that I've been to work, right? So what about Bitcoin? Bitcoin is on the trouble right now, because we see currently that Bitcoin collapse and probably continue until test like the previous lower. We just remember that the last years, 2017, we hit the most highest record as the $19,000. It was worthing at $19,000, so it was very exceptional years, and crypto trader was kind of euphoria, right? And after the Bitcoin, of course, unfortunately collapsed this year, right? And we see the shape of the curve look like a kind of inverted yield curve, and that's very we have to worry about that. In my humble point of view, very quickly, Bitcoin, I'm not considering again as a cryptocurrency trader, because I don't trade the cryptocurrency. I have a bit notion of that. I understand that it's kind of a block is controlled by a blockchain, which is kind of network distributed by a peer-to-peer network, and it's managed by kind of like a distribution ledger. And we have the structure is kind of tree, and we have the hash, we have the timestamp for the transaction is recorded, any transaction like for the both party, and it's starting as a main computer, as they call like the Genesis block, right? And is distributed to the others blocks, so we call that the blockchain, right? This is all the things that I know really about Bitcoin, and as probably the basic things that we have to know, right? But essentially for me, I think the crypto trader must understand that Bitcoin has to be going through obstacles on the financial market. Is a newborn, is a newbie market. He has to to struggle against the all the obstacles for the when the central bankers and also very big investors as like a Jamie Dimon or probably Warren Buffett trash it a lot, right? And said very bad things on Bitcoin, and because they said it's a empty product, is a hyper speculative product, is a content anything is empty, and people don't must have oriented in others products. And yes, in kind of true, they have right to say that, because if effectively Bitcoin is an empty asset, is just speculative. But the Bitcoin, they have to let the Bitcoin just ripen a bit, right? Because it's a recent market. It's just born since the recent crisis, bank and financial crisis to 2008, right? And it's just 10 years. We just celebrated previously the birthday for Bitcoin as the October 2018, sorry. So 2008 to 2018, so it's just 10 years. So he has to pass through many obstacles because to become like a very serious, serious asset, right? As a in terms of cryptographic things, is all like managed by a distribution ledger for the peer-to-peer. So it's just in terms of computer, right? So he has to, be connected to and to take to be all to be like be on in terms of web as a spider will be on like in terms on all the markets. They are just simulated in a Bitcoin feature because the Bitcoin principle is based on the decentralized system or structure, and they create a Bitcoin feature, so they just like duplicating a kind of flow of the I can say the ECN, like the electronic communication network based on the Bitcoin, so we can replicate it, the flow on this system to create an order book as the same thing as the forex, because forex too is belong to the is the exchange between a broker, so each broker can offers you the possibility to trade forex, but there's no centralized, right? So they have to let this market ripen and getting tough, because others traditional products like the index or futures markets, even CFD too. CFD is also recent, but it's more older like than Bitcoin, right? And I think they have to let the market, they have to let the Bitcoin just be ripen and get tough, and if it resists, and the most it resists, the more it gets stronger, and then it could take a place in the market, because Bitcoin has probably around to the three figures in terms of billion in terms of market capitalization, but others project is over $100 trillion, right? So it's very popular, and everybody want to use. Is a most of like country which is marginalized by the actual and the system, financial system. They use Bitcoin just to get covered, right? But all others, serious states and country didn't use Bitcoin, of course. And one thing that it is very worried about me is the fact that Christine Lagarde, which is the chairman of the International Monetary Fund (IMF), said that we have to let the Bitcoin progress, and banks must think about the fact to accept the Bitcoin, and offers to a kind of solution on investment to the customer. This is I don't know if you realize that, but it's a scam. So very careful with that. It's probably that because of that the Bitcoin starting to collapse probably is one of the reason, because those people has already tried to to pushing down Bitcoin, to trash Bitcoin, and they fell, right? They didn't get control, because only things that the banks would like to do is to control Bitcoin, because they know that most of people they don't care about the system. They don't care about like the the traditional product, which is controlled by the Fed, controlled by the others, big system, financial system, and institutional also. So they would like having an alternative on the investment or speculative investment. So that's why they turn to the Bitcoin, and unfortunately Bitcoin didn't show the same response at the situation. But the banks failed because they would like also to get attractive on the Bitcoin, so they just changed the verbiage and the language about the Bitcoin. They starting to trash Bitcoin, and now they just they want to be very nice, doing nice comment. They say they believe about the blockchain, which is a revolution of technology. Of course, it's a game. I'm assuming that you understand this game, because it's just to make confidence the world of the cryptocurrency. They're probably getting into the cryptocurrency specialists. That, like, already each bank has they own a cryptocurrency department, and also cryptocurrency managed fund. They put some, like, people who used to trade cryptocurrency, just to trying to control this system. And then they will change anything. They will change the game, because the system is decentralized and they want to be centralized, because if it's decentralized, they can have any control of that. It's peer-to-peer. It's controlled by a distribution ledger, and it's kind of a root tree, right? And we have a genesis, the computer, the genesis block, as they call, kind of main computer, and is distributed to others computer, which is distributed themselves, right? So this is a very difficult to keep, together, and to maintain the evolution and the transaction between the timestamp. But if the bank gets control of these things, they will change every that, and they will probably put they will insert this asset to the financial and monetary system, and then they can manipulate it through the Fed or through others central bank. They could do anything that they want, right? So I don't know if you realize that, and that's why they changed just the verbiage about that, just to make sure that people will get confidence to the banks, and they will trying to get control. So that's why I will tell you that it's very bad news if the banks I know that there is some, like, a private blockchain and also the a public blockchain, but it's not about just the blockchain. It's about, like, the material, about the product himself, that they want to keep that, right? As we have the derivative product, we have an ETF product, okay, and now we have a cryptocurrency product, right? So the cryptographic structure, they want to keep that, and control the Bitcoin and other derivative from Bitcoin, the Ethereum, Monero, Dash, and all this stuff, right? So that's why I said to people, it's a very difficult market. We don't have any, it's illiquid, right? It's a market we don't have seller and buyer. We have, like, we could have three buyers to just one seller. That's why when Bitcoin collapsed, it collapsed a lot, because people we have this product. They're just trying to to get rid of that. They possibly as much to not, like, get serious loss, right? And when also Bitcoin going up, everybody want to take it, so is coming, like, quickly, kind of euphoria, right? So that's why Bitcoin, for me, it has to be, you have to let the market, you have to let the time to the Bitcoin to get some to be tested a lot, and to do its proof. And it's a very recent market. We don't just let the Bitcoin, like, growth, right? It has to ripen a bit and not be considered as the previous or traditional asset, because it's not the same category. Unfortunately, this one of just speculative asset, and those one as, like, represent the economy of a financial system, or bubble, which is represent, like, over $100 trillion, and the Bitcoin have just probably let's say, in terms of market cap, if we put together all the cryptocurrency, and Bitcoin doing probably the over the 70% and others, and we can estimate that to probably close to the $300 billion. So it's a very small market compared to Forex, bond, and other stuff. Okay, so yeah, it's a very bad news if a bank succeed to control Bitcoin. It's very bad news, because they will change any rules of that, because they said they know that others country which is very excluded to the financial system, they use Bitcoin to get covered, and it's a kind to it's a kind of to trap the system and continue to make a role in the economy. And if the highest elite financial system as the IMF, like International Monetary Fund, and others, central banks, if they get control to the blockchain or the decentralized system peer-to-peer, it will be probably a very bad news for the cryptocurrency, unfortunately. So thank you so much for watching this video. This is my point of view that I would like to get to the Bitcoin. We see that Bitcoin now on the chart collapse. We probably are expecting kind of rebound to the previous low, which is 3,240 to 3,240, or probably the lowest. If we go into the yellow line, it will be very critical, because we come from 19, almost 20,000 to 1,800. That is very ridiculous, and we have to think about that, about the situation of Bitcoin. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you find that my intervention was very interesting, please feel free to let me know that by put a massive thumbs up, to like and share. It support me for the works and the research about the content that I put over the next few months. It will be interesting for you to know about what you're feeling about my content, and also you can leave the comment, and I will see you around for the next video. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye bye.